YouTube, my name is Mike. I go by DJAXCESS. Thanks for checking out the channel where we aim to build a better DJ community together. Today we are at Franklin Park Conservatory and this is an outdoor wedding. So I thought I'd give some tips, show you my process and why DJing an outdoor wedding is different, very different than DJing an indoor wedding. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment with any questions you have about the video. And if I mention any products, there is a link in the description and you can help me out for free basically. So that's it. I think we're gonna get right into the video. And here is the van, except it's not the van, it's my Civic. So I'm able to do an entire wedding with my Civic hatchback. This is a 2018, and I got lights here. This is brand new, the Chauvet 4-bar Hex ILS. I had a smaller version of this. I'll leave like a thing in the corner if you want to watch that video and see what that was. It's basically the smaller version of this, and you know, I've evolved since then, and I still want to give a good product. I'm outside, so I wanted something a little bit brighter, so I got these, sold those almost immediately. And then we got tripods. This is my emergency bag. We shouldn't need anything out of this, minus maybe an extension cord, depending on where their outlet is. We have my little jetpack bag, which has some of video stuff, as well as things I would need on a wedding day. This is my old ceremony speaker, but today we're just gonna be using it as a cocktail hour speaker since there's no ceremony. In here we have two EV EKX12s. Got the Shure microphone down here, and then underneath all this is a Rain Performer and a folding table that we'll be using today. So I'm pretty sure that's it. Up in the front, we got the suit, the shirt, the DJ bag, and then behind here is the camera bag, and then the toiletry change clothes bag. So that's what the Civic looks like. My boy DJ Prospect is my assistant today, so I'm gonna go find him and we'll get this thing unloaded and get going. Oh, look, there he is, Hollywood himself, DJ Prospect. Check him out, yo. All right, so we got DJ Prospect. We're heading back to the car to unload, and the first thing he says to me is like, man, it's kind of wild. It's in Ohio, it's kind of crazy to have an outdoor event, because I looked it up, and if you're trying to have an event outside in Ohio, you have a 40% chance of there not being rain. That's crazy, and that doesn't count all the other stuff, wind, overly hot. So luckily, Thomas and Jackie got a beautiful day. I'm feeling really good about this. I was thinking about doing the suit and the shirt, but I think we'll still be able to go suit, tie, and shirt, like dress shirt. All right, let's get unloaded, get out of these people's way. Okay, so this is my outdoor wedding setup. If you've been a long-time member of the channel, and thank you, by the way, you've kind of seen an iteration of this setup for the gig I did at the personal residence. I think that was last year. So if you saw that video, if not, I'll leave a card right here. But this is pretty much that same setup, but just with an upgraded light show. So this is the 4-bar Hex ILS. The one I had before was the Chauvet 4-bar LTBT, and that is a quad. The difference between quad and hex: quad is RGB and then W, and hex is RGBW, A for amber, and then UV for UV light, which we'll almost never use. So this is the update. I think this is gonna provide a little bit more light on the dance floor. The last wedding I did with the smaller version was a tight little barn. I mean, it was overpowering that space, but we're outside today, so I wanna bring a few more diodes, and that's what gets us with the 4-bar Hex ILS. And again, ILS stands for the Intelligent Light System. I don't know anyone who uses this. We're just using a regular remote today. It comes with the foot switch, but again, I don't need a foot switch. I don't need ILS. This is just a simple light that's gonna add light to the dance floor and keep people dancing. So we'll just go with the remote today, and then we move over here. This was the same at the last wedding that I did at that private residence. These are my trusty, dusty EV EKX12s. There was a time when I was setting up just now, and I was like, man, how nice would it be if I just had those Alpha Theta Wave 8s? Maybe I have 3 of them instead of these 2, and I don't have to run any cables. Wouldn't that be nice? But these things, they are so good. I've had them forever. You know, they still look pretty good. I think on the back side there might be some scuffs, but they still look really good, and they sound great. There's so many times where I bring 2 of these things out and I go, man, I don't think I have enough sound, or I might be pushing these things and I don't have to work them like 85%. They just do so well. It's the EKX line. I know there's a number of, there's ETX, which are super heavy, and then ELX 200 or EZX or something like that, ZLX, which I think are lower than these, but these middle of the road with the 12-inch woofer have done excellent for me over the years. So maybe I'll have the Wave 8s one day, but again, I think I'd have to get 3 Wave 8s to do what these 2 speakers do. So that's more room in the car, that's more things to charge, blah, blah, blah. So for now, we got the EVs and they're still kicking butt. Moving here, we have the Pro X table. And I've had this thing in my Honda Civic forever. It's like my go-to if I have any small parties when I'm not bringing out the Toadmatic. Great for outdoor gigs. It's got wheels on it, folds up. So the only thing is, like, it doesn't have a case. Like, the case, it is the case. So I'll probably get a towel and wipe this stuff down. But even so, looks pretty good on camera, I think. You know, could be better for a wedding, and that's why we'll wipe it down and get it ready. So all this stuff will be gone. I'm waiting to set up my rain performer because, again, we're outside, tons of dust, bugs, all this thing. I don't want that to be getting in the crevices, so we'll set that up last minute. And I think we're just about ready to set up our cocktail hour system. And the cocktail hour system is my old ceremony system. So if you've been on the channel a long time, you've seen this before. This is the Anchor Audio Liberty 2, I believe, and it comes with 2 microphones. I have a headset as well as a handheld, so that's gonna be nice when I have to make the announcement, hey, please everyone come inside, all that stuff. But really, we're just gonna be running a iPad or an iPhone for cocktail hour music in the inside. Let people hang out, do their thing. We'll ask them to come outside, and then they'll be out here. And luckily, we got a great night. It's gonna be about 75 all night. We got clouds. It's humid, but it could be so much worse, especially for Ohio. So I think that's everything. But yeah, all that fit in a Honda Civic. So if you're a DJ, again, I'm in the Midwest, I'm at $3,800. And maybe if you're in like the $1,500 and below, and you're like, man, do I need a van? Do I not even? All this fits in a Honda Civic hatch. So you don't need the big van until you start getting into the Toadmatics and the bigger light shows and this and that. So if you're maybe a college DJ and you don't have a garage or space for a van and you got a Civic, you can be a high-level DJ. So I think we're gonna get changed, set up the cocktail hour, and we still have a half an hour just to prepare. So that's it. Okay, so this is the outdoor wedding setup, all complete. Got the table, rain performer all set up, and then the EV speakers as well as the 4-bar hex. So things I would change and that are different from my main setup. I don't necessarily love the cables going up the tripods. I know you can get clips. I have them on my other speakers. I don't have them for this speakers. And I think gaff tape almost looks worse. So got that. And I don't love the exposed cords coming out of my DJ controller. Again, that's hidden by the Toadmatic. But for a backup outdoor wedding setup, I don't think this is bad at all. And it's still plenty to rock a party, right? So here's the thing I was thinking about. You have to know why people book you, okay? If your reviews all say, oh my gosh, the aesthetic, the cleanliness, the this, the that, about what it looks like when you DJ, you would not do this. Don't do this. If you're trying to be the aesthetic DJ, the person who, you know, clean setup, maybe, I mean, all the other tables are white. Maybe you got a white setup and that's part of your thing. That is not me. All my reviews talk about my process, my skills on the decks, my ability to blend different genres, my ability to bridge different cultures, and having, you know, some person's culture is this and the other person's that, and how do we blend them together to make a cohesive party. Those are what my reviews talk about. They don't talk about my setup. I think objectively my main setup looks nice. I even think that this looks nice, but there's levels to this and you have to know what your brand is all about. So I'm gonna do my voice warm up, get ready for the party, and I'll check back with you after grand entrance. Okay, we made it to dinner time, and I gotta say, it feels absolutely amazing here at the Franklin Park Conservatory. I'm not saying everybody should have their wedding outside, but Thomas and Jack, I don't know what they did, but it is absolutely perfect. I'm feeling great. The grand entrances went extremely smooth, and my joke even landed, so I'm pretty happy about that. But Yeah, not much too much to say. It's been pretty normal. Everything's working good. Speakers are sounding great. And once it gets dark, I'll turn on the lights, show you a little bit of that. And I'm expecting a great dance party. Very, very young crowd. I was kind of observing cocktail hour, and it is a very young crowd, and that usually equates to tons of dancing. So we'll see. All right, outdoor wedding was a success. Made it all the way to the end. Had a crazy sparkler eggs. I think everyone stayed for the sparkler eggs. I don't know if anyone went home. We just had a ton of people out there for it. It was a little bit crazy getting people there, but we made it. We had a final last dance. I was running around. I wouldn't say I was screaming at people, but I was definitely being very direct about making sure they're ready for the sparkler exit. As you guys can see, I am sweating, but it's not as bad as it looks. I think everyone really had a really good time just dancing outside. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else, any teaching moments? No, it's pretty much a normal gig with a smaller system. Cleaning up, I realized how well I know cleaning up my big system, because I'm like, where does this go? How does this go anyway? So again, if you found something helpful or interesting, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with any questions or what videos you want me to do next. And if you saw a product in my system that you want, there's an Amazon affiliate link, and that's a free way for you to support the channel. So thank you everybody for watching. Stay until the end. Peace and practice.